In this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the myths that people have around therapy and life coaching. It's quite common that therapy is portrayed in a certain way in the press and the media, and certainly on films and television. And I'm going to go through some of the main ones that I've found people have spoken to me about. Probably one of the biggest myths I hear people saying a lot with regards to therapy and life coaching is that they need to be in crisis or have serious issues before going to therapy. And that's just simply not true. A lot of people come to me because they just want to iron out a few things in their life or do some short-term work. Maybe they've got a job interview coming up and they want a few hints and strategies or to gain a bit more confidence. So it's just not true that you need to be in crisis or have some serious definable mental health issue before coming to therapy. Maybe it's just about kind of exploring who you are in therapy and understanding yourself a bit more. So another thing I hear people say a lot is that therapy won't work for them or they're beyond help. And I hear that quite a bit. I don't accept that people can't change. I don't accept that people haven't got the capacity to change. Just because someone's living a particular story doesn't mean to say when they understand that story and why they do what they do, they then can't go on to make changes and make different decisions in their lives. So everyone has the capacity to understand their past and how they react to that past in the present. So that's simply not true. I don't believe that people can't change. I often hear people saying, well, isn't therapy like speaking to your friend? And in some ways, it's really important that you are able to speak to your therapist and you get on with your therapist. But also, a therapist is more than that. A therapist is someone who's independent, someone that won't judge you. Also, a therapist is someone that's trained and is able to help you to understand the parts of you that you're struggling with at the moment. More importantly, a therapist is there to challenge you and to help you make changes in your life. So this myth is around men not going to therapy. And I often hear people saying it's not okay for men to express their feelings, men shouldn't talk about their issues, men should be strong and hold it all inside. And I just see time and time again that being so damaging for people. And it's just simply something that isn't true in this day and age. Men do go to therapy. Men may go to the pub and not talk about going to therapy with their friends, but a lot of men go to therapy now, and it's immensely helpful. I see time and time again the positive effects that it can have for men to come into therapy, understand themselves, and really change their lives around. The last myth I'm going to talk about is one where people expect therapy to purely be about their emotions, and they're expected to talk about their emotions, or they might feel like they need to express their emotions for the whole session. And for some people that's really important, but for others that may not be so. So for example, it can be about integrating someone's thought processes, how they behave with their feelings, and how all of that stuff really affects that person in the present. So it's around understanding holistically what's going on for a person and how that stops them from making a change and living the life that they want. So using my previous example, someone might come to therapy because they want to be a bit more confident, or they want to kind of have some interviewing skills for a job interview. So that therapy won't be focused necessarily around that person's emotion. It might be more how they think about the job interview and how they're going to behave in the job interview, as opposed to how they feel about the job interview. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you found it useful and I've managed to dispel some of the myths around therapy and being in therapy. If you need any more information, or if you want to contact me, I can be found at my website at www.trempatherapy.co.uk.